is Sean Allen. Let's get started. What I'm doing right here is using my Slimline Pros to bald out the first guideline. Now I'm taking my number 1 wall magic clips and I'm just moving up an inch. But what I'm doing right now, he has little digs in his head. So what I'm doing right now is blending those spots to match everything else within that inch. So that's why you see me just keep working on them same spots. I'm just working on the front, I'm working right there in that middle part. Then I'm working there right in the back of his head. I'm just working on all them little spots so it can match. And I'm doing it in a flick out motion. Like I said, use your wrist and use the points of the clippers. Like I said, I'm just blending and I'm blending, making sure everything is right, making sure everything is organized and even. Now I'm using no guard open with my 5-star seniors. And I'm going under that inch to like a half an inch. Because what I'm doing right now, I'm preparing to blend. So I'm setting up an organized guideline. So you can see from the ball, then it's another guideline, and then it's another one. So really it's 3 guidelines. But now I'm working that first guideline out. And as you can see, I'm taking all them little spots. As you can see, all them little hair spots. And I'm working out that demarcation line. That's my main focus right now. I'm not focused on the other demarcation lines. Like I said, you see right there, I'm using my corners on them certain spots because it really helps. It really helps everything to blend. Now I'm using the number 1 wide blade. I know I just used a number 1 before, but this one is just a little lower than the number 1. So it helps me blend very well. So it's like a number 1, but it's also a 1/16 guard, which is a 000 guard, which is lower than a 1. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm using that and I'm using my wrist. I'm flicking it out. I'm flicking it out. And as you can see, I'm not cutting every single hair. I'm just focusing on all the dark spots. So as you can look close, I'm using my corners. I'm using my corners. I see that dark spot. And then I'm looking back and then I'm seeing it again. Now I'm working on that 3rd line, the 3rd guideline. And I'm working on getting that out now. Now I'm using my Andes Masters 1.5 and I'm just flicking it out. I'm going under that OA guard. Flick out motion because I'm working on that guideline. And as you're going to see a little bit later that guideline is going to slowly disappear. Sometimes you got to be patient with that line because it just don't go away so easy. As you can see, I brushed it and then I'm looking at it again. I'm looking at it right there and I'm like, okay, I need to get that line out. Brushing it again. Now I'm going lower. I'm going to my Walls Magic Clips number 1. And I'm working on that same line, but I'm just flicking it. I'm not going super high because I already did all that work with the OA and the Master 1.5. So now I'm just working on that line, flicking that line out. Now I'm back to my wide blade number 1 and I'm just focusing on them little spots. Little spots I see. I'm like, okay, I gotta get that spot. Looking, gotta get that. All them little dark spots. Sometimes when you cutting a hair that he has waves in it, you have to be a little bit more patient with the fade. Because you'll see that all them wave patterns will still be there because he brushes hair a lot. So what you have to do is just keep working at it. Now I'm back at my Masters because really I did all my steps. So right now I'm just focusing on getting that guideline out. I'm giving the haircut what it needs. So a lot of times after you do your steps, you need to look back and look at the haircut and ask, what does this haircut need? So that's why you see me keep stepping back and then I'm looking at it and I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, okay, I need to get this part back to my number one. I'm just in a zone right now. Now in that middle spot right there, I'm going back to it. I'm just working that dark spot out right there. Brushing it down so I can see. Haircutting is like art. You just paint a little bit and then you look at your canvas. Then you just see what it needs and keep adding it, being patient. Now back to that OA guard. So as you can see, at first I went all the way down with my fade and then I'm going all the way back up because I'm just giving the haircut what it needs. Sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you gotta add extra work on certain haircuts. As you can see, I'm going back to my number one. I'm brushing it. So like I said, I did all my steps. Now I'm just giving the haircut what it needs. I'm brushing it. Now going on the top. I'm using my wide blades. The number one, and I'm not going all the way digging in the haircut. I'm slowly tilting the clippers, and I'm just cutting it with the grain. Because on his head, certain spots is light, so you have to be careful on certain spots. That's all I'm working on right now. I'm working on all the dark spots on the top of his head. I'm just blending it with the light spots. And also just keeping his waves. So what I'm doing is a seesaw effect. I'm starting with the middle and I'm going from right to left, and I'm just looking at it, making sure it's even. I'm being patient with the haircut.
Produced by J Hits.
Now I'm working on that side. Being patient with that side. I'm just using my corners because you want it to look extra sharp. Now as you can see right here on this spot, you may not see it on the camera, but he has a little dent on the side of his forehead, which will make the line looks like it's not even. So the trick that you must do on that spot when you have people with hair like that, you must do a small little, how can I explain this? Small little oval, very small little oval right on that spot so it can give the illusion that the whole haircut is perfectly straight. Now you'll see, I'm gonna be working on that spot right here, right there. See, I'm just doing a little oval. I'm flicking it out. It's like so small that you don't even notice it. But as you can see, exactly right with the lineup. Because what you want to do, you want it to match. You don't want to have a hairline that starts straight in the center and then on the corners is looking all crazy. Now I'm just touching up. That's all I've been doing. I already finished the haircut, but I'm just touching up. I'm touching up. I'm looking around. And there you go. A low fade wave cut. This is Sean Allen. Please subscribe. Hit that like button, thumbs up.
Produced by J Hits.
And I'm out. Peace.